polymer clay skunk is one of the critters out of the book I wrote with my sister many years ago called The Incredible Clay Book. It's been one of our most popular projects, and I'll show you how to make it in this episode. For this project, you will need black and white polymer clay, a toothpick, and a non-metal baking dish. Start by making the body of the skunk by rolling an oval about 1.5 inches long. Then make the head about the size of a marble. Roll small balls of clay for the front and back feet. Make the back feet slightly larger than the front. To make the tail, roll a ball of clay about the same size as the head, but make it into an oval. Pinch one side of the head to make the muzzle of the skunk, and then securely attach the head to the body. Next, stick each of the feet onto the body. Before attaching the tail, you're going to flatten it out. Pinch the end into a point and then flatten out the clay so it flares out at the top, making the shape of the skunk tail. Flatten a piece of white clay in the same shape as the tail, but make it much narrower and shorter. Press the white piece into the tail. Use a toothpick to draw a line down the center of the white part of the tail. Then, with the end of the toothpick, starting at the center line, fan the white clay out to the sides into the black as if you were making a feather. Do the same thing on the other side of the tail. Now attach the tail to the back of the body. Stick the narrow end onto the behind of the skunk. Make sure it's on securely. Bend the end of the tail back and out. To make the ears, take tiny pieces of clay and form triangle shapes. Stick them to the head securely. With the toothpick, make creases in the middle of the ears. To make the nose, take a tiny ball of black clay, flatten it out, and use a toothpick to make nostrils. Using a toothpick for help, stick the nose into place. To make the eyes, roll small balls of white clay, and with a toothpick, stick it onto the head. Make a hole in the center of each eye with the toothpick where you will put in the eyeball. Roll tiny bits of black clay onto the end of a toothpick and put it into the hole in the white part of the eye. Press it in slightly with your finger. To make the white stripe on the skunk's body, roll a snake of white clay and measure it to fit. Then take it off and flatten it out, making a point at one end. Press the stripe onto the head and body of the skunk with the pointy end between the ears on the head. Use a toothpick to help you get the stripe down between the head and the body, and you can press it into the tail as well. Do the same thing that you did on the tail. Draw a line down the middle of the stripe with your toothpick and then fan out the edges like a feather on each side to blend it into the black clay. The last step is to add detail onto the feet by pressing a toothpick 2 times into the front of each foot to make claws. And it's finished. Once your skunk is finished, it's time to bake it in the oven. So you want to put it in an oven-proof pan that's not metal. So you can use white ceramic like I have here, or a glass pan would work. And then bake it according to the clay manufacturer's directions. For more clay animals and other crafts, be sure and subscribe to my channel.